Ministry of Lands and Housing and Country Planning. This na public notice. The Ministry of Lands and Housing Country Planning want for make we, the general public, know say, then go undertake a public raffle draw for select applicants them where then go allocate state land where then a Allentown. The state land where then a Allentown. Una obi don't apply. There will be a raffle draw. We mean to say some go win, some will lose. Alright. They say after them we don't make announcement on the 25th of October 2021 about the availability of 100 plots of state land for waiting for lease to members of the public. 100 plots for lease. No to buy you, they buy you. No to give them, they give you. Now lease you, they lease them. Okay. Now lease so. Alright. I'll continue. 100 plots. Now you available in Allentown. Then we make the announcement. You know how much people apply? 7,000. Yeah? How they go do this now? They say they make announcement say they get land when a state land. And this state land then at Allentown on the 25th of October 2021. Now they say they wanna apply, una want 7,000 people. Now they apply. And they say, now 2 weeks though, now then begin. 2 weeks. 7,000 I apply inside that 2 weeks day. As a result of this high demand for the land in the western area, the ministry don't increase them. Now be 100. Now then things say, oh, okay. We not be no saying as I want land. So instead of this 100 we say, we increase it now to 200 plots. And Usai, they say at the same location. 200 plots at the same location. Asana to say, he said the one they get for win and then sabi they already. Well, now that talk the way you talk. Now you make them right on this particular paragraph where they carried. Then say for make them ensure 1. Transparency. 2. Accountability. 3. Fairness. Eh? Okay. For make them go ensure that it go be transparent. Eh? Accountability go show. And they go make them fear. The ministry don't resolve for invite all man the 7,000 people. The press, the civil society representative them, and we the general public to a public raffle draw in which 200 out of the 7,000 applicants them now then go select the land allocation on lease. No be sell then they sell. Alright. The over 7,000 application form then go publicly dump them inside the raffle drum. And members of the public now then go invite for do a blind dip and bring out the lucky applications where then details them go be announced publicly and recorded. Yes. I guess something ministry on our wait. Eh? First of all, una not do destroy it. People let them begin question una. I don't know if 7,000 are too much of a number. Eh? Because for sure real fairness, if we say the people them, now themselves they take the new application and go put it inside the drum. Because without that, some people they will not get for win and get for say. The one the way win and then paper they now be put. But if you maybe say now this one be done plan, then una show with the empty drum, then every applicant can be your paper inside it. Don't then tonton am. All man can they pick, all man can they pick. Even at that time, people go still question. Some are doubting Thomas. He go still question. Mark say, I not believe. Before I say this now they take the paper and I can't e-ball thing. Then they say, let people and can pick. But 7,000, aboku number. I don't know. But Alaji Kurumase, he say him believe the Minister of Lands, Dr. Turad Senesi. He not get out para. They've kept to say they for call neck for can conduct the draw. Eh? Alright, slow continue. Because they don't tell we say, then go heap the form them inside, just for transparency sake. Then they call people and randomly for can pull paper. Well, what you put inside and go pull na do. The event go take place na you building compound. Na Freetown. It don't pass. Hey. The event been take place. Hey, the event will take place. Now you building compound. Thursday the 9th of December 2021, 2 p.m. Then be invite we all. They say then go record them, but now later, now then go broadcast them. Alright. So you. But until they say they go broadcast them later. Eh? Alors tu commences à dire pour les secondes, bras. Let's you. La caméra for Didi. Eh? Let's do this quick one before we begin for come with we panelists them. Yeah, contest say government after government, they don't make the people, they don't believe them. And the citizens always they doubt government, no matter which one within a power. Saturday, the 4th of December 2021, Amakendi, the Honorable Minister of Health and Sanitation. In tune, I don't begin. They don't tell when I say left for the current people that are honorable. What's she not going to parliament? But when I fast no more for the say honorable. And we be say the eyes not habitate pa una na make. Alright. For say Namakeni, the Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Austin Demby, don't launch for the first time na saloon the Sierra Leone Association of Public Health Students. Sierra Leone Association of Public Health Students. Then say this association now a public health student association. Woman and Minneapolis says maybe some people that don't win, they don't even know self say they don't win that 200 plots. Who gonna know? The association, Public Health Student Association, we go conduct health education process them for educate the public on disease the way they take place, and how for prevent them, and how for maintain good hygienic environment. Oh, Papa God, we need this. Hey, saloon. Hygienic environment. Goodness me. Sierra Leone. Hi! A city. This we need out. Because dirty don't be part of we. Paper, plastic, unwanted waste around everywhere where you go. It is sad. For real though. You know what exploits Tripoli? You gonna say salon? That thing we then call cleanliness. When they say, oh, before the place clean, but why now? Why? All right. Then say, I will maintain good hygienic environment. We need that more. We need that. Then say they don't work now for foster unity among public health students nationwide, for protect and promote the welfare of public health students all over the country. Okay. The association go bring together the members them in order for make them discuss and recommend measures them. We go promote public health. My dear, hey, nationwide, yes, we know in the provinces now how then they do the number 1 and number 2 more. But inside Freetown self, If I believe say una know first, una know what una for do, how una for do am. I don't know. Well, now under the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, but I think say una for work alongside with the councils them back. That's what I feel. Oh. If I work alongside the councils them, for make the thing go sweet. And the councils them back, who for begin hold them responsible. Well, for Freetown Union, I the word of that. Because 30 days the nip and fet. 30 days. So we were there inside the heart of the city we they suffer. So I don't know how they go for doing for the dirty. But how we go able for replic? I don't know. Make we pull come out some way where you suck plastic they just throw in a ground. How they able for pull and come up our people? For just throw away dirty so then dirty they always they see that guitar pass ibande. The council at one time, Afriton, they put trash bin around. People then they take them os dirty. That they go. They can't left and near the bin na net. Os dirty. Where them bin then they for they around that plastic you buy inside it. But let we see what in this then student here go can make up of. For promote public health, togetherness, na different universities them. And the members them for make them able for uphold integrity and professional conduct before and after graduation. For the able for hold public lectures, summits, symposium, and sensitization toward health-related practices at the country. Al-Hajj Ba say, how them go able for keep place clean for safe ba? Where does bin them? Not they around, na the streets them. Yeah, country say Tripoli, na the population, the authorities them concern. Then they do their job. Citizens, they know they take ownership of their environment. And the lawlessness, look and lead on corner under. Now we get sanitation problem na the country. They've kept in say, well, let them bring pump water force inside and host them ba. Umar Fona say, he say na because of state institution them, politics don't wear inside a better one. And they affect service delivery. This is a serious problem for the progress of the country. We are very indisciplined when it comes to dirty business. Umar from Minneapolis. I say so. I hope say the government go change. I hope so when the government change, the one that they don't give state land and not go lose the plots they would then give them. Well? Now they go with this public. So during this official launch, the Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Austin Demby, said the public health promotes the welfare of the entire population and for ensure security and protect from the spread of infectious disease them and environmental hazard. Una telling people how they burn the tin as alone for stop it. Environmental hazard. They go burn tire. They go burn unborn tin there. Yeah? Okay. And then go help for ensure access to safe and quality care. We go benefit the population of the country. He assured the association say the ministry through in your leadership go support the president. We go support the association for make them achieve their goal. Okay. We don't hear you now. Yeah? We dey wait. But we need them. Public health, the association for the students there. We need that. We got dirty and saloon. Then all two right now. You have to scatter them. You have to scatter them today, you have to scatter them tomorrow. Dirty. No easy. But now this we all in a table today. From the updates on the census, the president tell we about the money. Anti-corruption don't get that on International Anti-Corruption Day. We remind we waiting the president meeting for the census just in case we don't forget. So look out who's friend. Make we hear waiting na yon summary for today. Welcome on board, friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank Mr. Triple A for the platform. And thanks to our listeners and viewers them. And thanks to the source of the information we don't get to able for make we get reliable information. With the week, if you don't get a lot of things on the front page, mainstream media, social media, and so on and so forth. A lot of events don't take place. But in the name of trying to bring in ideas when they say we rebrand something, log get a new shape or log get a new value, or this system where they go on, this policy not been the work, log bring another method who will make it fine, or anything will not been the work, and the try will say now let me bring up this idea. You look at the election, the mapping, electronic mapping, or the census we bring up electronic mapping. And then in this, you get the land leasing system, where they see the method that they can introduce. And then you get this operational pushback, even when you mentioned about this, but you show on your website regarding the congestion of the city. All that they try for do for rebrand this country so that development go able for go before. And most of the time now people and they try for think again, say this year we don't think bottom or we not been think bottom. So when we not been think bottom, we think a new idea we want to can put inside this system or this policy or this institution or this organization so it go able for go before. And when you begin to think that way now, you go begin saying, well, let us try this idea. Yeah, so what they can call afterthought if you don't just can't add and waiting they go. But when you do them things there, you get for realize as a government or as an institution or any authority, you look at things that will be done, they go on first, how they don't they go on, how you go able for engage whether not the one they will involve in terms of the thing we want for implement, if not the health sector, whether they concern in the health sector, if not transportation or not something to do with this congestion, all the areas that we need, the agencies that we involve, or all parties that you call them together, you engage them. And when you engage them in this process, you get for look, say, you always get a baseline, when you say, and they assume on this baseline, saying that true, I go able for reach a point where people and will able to get benefit from what they do. And then you go see, say, now, when you try for bringing these policies, then we say, now, afterthought, or now something they can add, when a new idea for let you go add up. So you go look at things the way they say, this now new one, we not from scratch. Then you get some the way we say, they be on the day. Just like preparing a meal, you get food where they cook for long. When you say they can't add this again, something that just for let it go boil and prepare to be eaten. But wherein you say this is a system back where we don't exist. But if I can't add an idea there, go work that way where I want for where it will work the system where it's supposed to be compatible. Say let's start up with the idea of this health system where you just last talk about what this thing where they don't do now. When I slaps and column, I think say to do Sierra Leone Association of Public Health students. This entail a lot to public health. All right, it has not been in existence. Students have not been together one facility there when they try to engage them in the public public education. And how you be able to educate people and the process, what they do, they don't tell we say that for let them go avoid disease that they don't go come. So you look at main areas then where they say they start up this. Because they do announce that the student themselves will begin to display. And then go begin the whole consortiums, in other words, in the whole seminars or something when they try to see them they project towards educating the masses. And then you find out, say, if you look at these areas of looking the problems now, you go say, waiting they entail, first of all, inadequate human resources. We don't affect with public health. You don't know the public health say, you don't get adequate human resources. So because of inadequate one, we enough, the human resources then are the one they want the nurse, the one they want the doctors, the one they want the very public health, the community health officers, and even the primary health care, and then some of these community health centers. So you look say them resources there are they actually enough for them to be able to reach with the number of the population we get, the nurse ratio, the patient ratio to the nurse, doctor to the patient, all those ratios they get them. But because of those challenges, that they begin to see uncertainty, we sure say what they try to do, it go reach. But when you don't get this framework, all they get for do is focus first of all on this area where you don't know, say inadequate human resources. They get poor resource allocation where we don't they exist, where this particular public health not able for work. Because when there was no resources, they not be they allocate them to the public health system. This is the main factor. So you go for see how I go able for deal with the resources them, where I go able for allocate to the health system. You get for look now from there now, you say, okay, within the maintenance system of the health facilities them, how I've been to deal with them. And that brings you down to poor management and poor maintenance of healthcare system, the infrastructure that are the building they now, and then the machinery wouldn't they use, or are they available in the field and way are they available? So you they try for rebrander now, and then you go say, make I bring in some ideas we go work, I go able for the maintain the structure there. Now one way engage something with a machinery, I get for get people who are trained. We then get for introduce another country who can call for back. Then they train people that they say then get few them who don't go land, start to machine them, have to repair them. But then they forget them at a stage where people then get for day at the health sector. When a machine, a blood pressure machine, for example, or any other machine wouldn't they use in terms of diagnosing or treating a patient or for look after a patient in well body one, who not just forget that infrastructure there. You go find out say you know go develop for after you don't become dilapidated. An example here is some of these things that I wouldn't be talking about this genomic sequencing. Wouldn't be talking them behind how we able to know if now Omicron and so on and so forth, or even if not Delta. But now recently, all they needed was the maintenance and having to bring the reagents. So you get for look at those structure for say poor maintenance, I get for deal with them. I get for look at poor resource allocation, lab will amend them. I get for look at inadequate human resources would they will be done they exist. I will able to forget good resource for the human one. And then the lack of political will cover all. Because sometimes all of this don't they come, but when the political will not they we go able for let them do all the things they are now, that they see it can flop. But here we don't see a political will wherein the person they come for do this in principle first, he talk to them, he try to organize them with their new minister, with a very good move. But the area now of maintenance of the health system infrastructure, that now then get for try look into, because like people in the public then get for go. Now students they then get for go to then get for become independent and then they transmit and form organizations. Because when you don't look at what's in the build up that public policy the way we go for create, so you go support that environment there. For the environment that you get for study for so the people and get for deal with this there because they are in the community, the environment. And then you get for look at the system where you go say, make her introduce what they call art-based approach. This is an art-based approach where you look at the history where the people and don't they study, and then you look at the colonization where can inside with your system where the white people encounter let's say machinery, then you look at how the people and don't they attend their own well body business, that then your native way and then your understanding. And looking at how it is now they talk about microscopic organisms and things that we will see. That sickness and they can go able for what breach within the link with them people and they for them will understand. Then you bring in the tradition for say when I been get small tradition will look like this kind of thing when I been they do. Well, if you believe say this and this, that's so it they go. And then you don't get the link back how people and they go, like say for Maclades, then don't they go for Maclades for the other things they explain how them process they have come about for making them Maclades there. Then you they go now, you try to get the person so that he will become independent, so he is able to take care of your own health. But when you tell the person how he gets for do
So I ain't gonna take the responsibility now. Now you on society for doing because you dey teach them methods of preventing particular sickness. You dey address them, let you know go do na the community. So that community the idea where you don't get it will influence them. So you get traditional rules, you get the traditional leaders, you get what in them you don't believe. Oh, you get because you get HIV sickness, then I get tuberculosis, you get cancer. How you go able for interpret them things there to the people so then go know how they not go able forget that it's day. Then go know how if somebody get the sickness, how you go able for attend yourself for go to and go pass on to other person. And then the environment, how you go able for clean them, and then you go able to get that support, the right enable environment. It's not so even the infrastructure in terms of a building, but the infrastructure where you go get clean water, the infrastructure, if not something we're concerned about electricity, where you go there, if not infrastructure where need good road for access for go there, or you want to go for go easily give the information to the person, how you go there. So you careful look at all these kind of things there before you release them into the community. As time they go on, and I show you the cooperation they come. Because you don't pull the idea from the time it's man we don't come, then you don't pull the idea with the people and go them, we don't deal at the country who they see indigenous, the band who them born there, and then you can now for show them so they will able to come independent, more like they teach them to be democratic in their system in the form of health. But when these things have failed, we define as good health and well-being, it can become a process where it can look slow. But once the process, you get people and we're able to increase then your health in that particular way, the way you don't tell them for Lego do, and then you say it gets waiting in back on, then you cut down, and the thing will able to replicate, and then that afterthought idea we don't bring for a brand that particular thing it develop. You come again to this area where the bout they go on with electronics mapping versus mind mapping. Then where they see a mind and just imagine them, they get the sensors and map them. Then the electronic system see this is the one way they use because it get global position system when I got GPS. Oh well, we get even sometimes wouldn't be say then get solar power because if they get GPS, you get to get good data, you get to get good Wi-Fi. Say you they go to the hills, there was confirmation say these things have been tested, we will get good reception. But these are they during that process did they introduce a timeline management where then the timeline they go where then they show say where I don't go out to effectiveness and try them on a timeline wherein they get a timeline. You they get an idea where they can bring, you they base them on that assumption, but all you as a leader where you they say that me go give the final okay in that time where the leadership on the flow, you are consumed by a desire. And what's that this desire? The desire of either me, we, you, but the one where now the best one is ours. And the ours is the one we lead with to democracy in the form of you get a flow, you get the freedom, you get the understanding, then you get that optimum power where you go able for push and put what you get for put in place. We they see the global issues and what they occur now, you get global outcome, you say global action. So we say we get that action where now a unity action within we locality. But when you not get a unity action because of that problem will be on there because we are not see statistics not there, then you are not able to get that engagement so that waiting that they deliver, the people that will get that basic satisfaction, the leadership, it come out from up, it can't done. In that different form, so that the parliamentarian then get their own part, then go play. They get the civil service, then we then go able to give to the people. They understand how that in the outcome. Then the ordinary man will able to get the satisfaction. But when you get again in their process, they are all you get people into any sector. You fail for address them, or you fail for inform, or people fail for be engaged because of either their behavior, what they get. or because of their style where they don't adopt, like people in the type of talk, then they change the ideas to particular situation. Like say for example, situations where they say, oh, why do people are behaving? They always tense. You see people in the fight for go get transportation. Every time he struggle, you know, he adrenaline, they pump everything, anything you want to do is based with action. So when they see everything you do based with action, people in the fight down any small thing can now that anxiety they when you expect forget something, you know they get them. Then anything what you want to get, you know they get them so easily. You fight for go inside taxi, you fight for go inside puda, you fight for go get water, you struggle for you fight for like the bread if tomorrow the bread sometimes go short in the market, you fight for go buy this in price. So you begin to say everything where they go on, you see for the past 5, 6, 7, 10 years, people like everything is adrenaline pumped. You know they get wearing everything what they do, it is based on calculated one. You, the citizen, now you don't become in that system the way everything. Now that pattern, they know where your brain they go. When something happen now, then you see the behavioral pattern of the person, it don't change because your brain not get anything when a happiness. Because you as a water, man, get chemical brain the way you work. That happiness, you know, it day in you, but it come like just a short while. You get that happiness by struggling to reach, or you go to hospital, how you were able to go get straightforward X-ray, straightforward diagnosis, or you able to access that MRI screening or something, or you were able to scan you easily. So all those areas, they see people they get a mind. So not a one reason I want to blame the misbehavior. There are many factors, but these are some of them who they wonder why our youths are actually behaving this way. You see, because you know they ever say like people they give like what they call in psychology, I think in Pavlov in theory. That this why like somebody they cook at the next neighbor, the smell they go sweet smell, but you are possible that the next neighbor you're very hungry. Then you find out say there is a need for let it give you, even though not to the idea say you never go give you, but like let's say there is a need for something like they share. But that moment they what you supposed to share with, you know, the smell they get. So you bring all the eager and that anxiety they do for you. You see recently one man will get a restaurant near Cotton Tree. Not I don't know if it's a Red Lion, but somewhere around the they get a restaurant, but what's he do? People like me, they sit down all the time like the outside, they wait for people to go buy for give and change. But the food, he realize that people like this, they know they get the food while they prepare. And the idea where it make for saying they give them some food now because of all the idea of this. For see people and they think they know they get and they smell and they get a lot good begin they give them food. He provide them I think meals for some of the days. So this is the idea where you say you not for create to citizens wherein you they get that taste, that smelling taste, but you know they actually get the practical thing itself. So how you go able for reach them now when you engage the people then, and then you get a timeline. You look waiting you the desire, not to where you desire number of something for me on reason, when I'm your idea, so that I will sell I give them. Now idea wait now we own. Now they bring what they call democracy. A few days ago, we see on the 8th when the whole one Ghana where the Kofi Annan in peace statue. What they talk about? They talk about this same issue. We see crisis, complex crisis. Then they Boko now West Africa. We don't see them back through another project again where somebody old like the US. So all these kind of things now just for look how people and they deal with their own company, human beings, in bringing in ideas where they say an idea one can bring, you know, they just bring them where, you know, they say, I will involve those who are meant to be involved at a timely order, but I make them understand the need for that thing in the right time, other than I put an option wherein the plan B will go there. That plan B, it can be difficult. The plan B, it will cause you as the leader for like maybe waiting the repetition where you don't develop, it will wear out. So how for develop that thing there now, like you get for say a stop. But it turn out to the area wherein you will say, the question and the problem we can deep and then things they are most of the time they are called straight talkers. Now they we need the one that would talk straight, the one that would talk not to in a fashionable circle. And when you get a leader who they talk in a fashionable circle, it just they make things in fashion, and that then they derail you away from democracy. But when you talk true, well, it's very difficult for let you come out and tell the people and say, okay, an officer are not ready for this. I accept. Let we do and back. Let we make an out all you. That day you they come, not to self-desire. We don't consume your head. You they actually say it is ours. It is not just me or we as a group or you as an individual. It is ours. So that we be able to make them. Let we make them. Tell the people that we this one for make this. They understand. Just like you see the duckling where you not ever see talking, boy taking picky go. Now in that like the idea the doctor be bringing that Ezekiel in a similar form. The one way you know they ever talk where something happen, you walk away. Now they watch an eye for no. Not the one wants to do something no more, he can't attack you because until they scare you. But when these policies and other things in the camp, then they do psychological things in our mind. Just like you go watch a film. The actor, his aim is to try and convince you with visuality. But you see, they enjoy that show, they imagine, they put things together, and they tell you the truth, they capture your imagination. Or somebody where they talk about, let's say they talk, okay, you now be responsible for it. Anybody who take money in this country, I will hold you. You know, we just say, well, anybody who take money in here, I will just hold you. You can see they put in voice, stand firm, so it will psychologically scare you. But those sometimes are not tactics. When you try to make a fashionable statement, you have to be straight talk the truth, and make you get a policy where people then go engage. So when you bring the after I thought idea, you go able for work, so that we country will go able for develop. Thanks a lot for giving me the opportunity for talk, and let God continue for give leaders wisdom and understanding. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, us friend.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Make we bring come doctor. Make we waiting in summary for the week. Welcome on board, Dr. Isatuka Kejalo. You get the platform.
Hello, good evening. Good morning to many others. Thanks to you, thanks to us friend, and to all the listeners and the viewers today. And we hope say everybody to do well. We hope say everybody they take precaution. We can't COVID-19, Omicron, a new variant where we don't talk about and where we know say currently they go around different part of the world. And we encourage people them for take vaccine, and we want to see as the NACOVAC they try for roll out a new strategy in how people them go take vaccination. We want for applaud them, and they hope say that strategy they go work for make people them go take vaccine at the country. And that's not something we they don't do in the United States as well. They get different people them with them be assigned to certain locations them for gonna homes them, actually patients them or individuals them we go find it difficult for go na the public or go na clinic for get vaccination. And that help with the number of people them we get vaccinated. And law, we encourage people then for no, even if you take the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine, you don't increase your chance of protection rather than getting infected. This fight now, everybody in fight now, a global citizens fight in ending the pandemic, now the globe. So we really want to make we all take on seriously for no see, with the help for combat COVID-19. With that, bring we to the most talked about topic for the week. We are the census counting. We hope for the best as we see the current administration decide to go along with the counting despite question we come from the World Bank. And again, waiting at the biggest problem with this counting right now, we will see, then we face challenges with now planning. And office say them didn't get proper planning. in how this will go on, because already, people them wait on, be identified as the one that we get for go do the counting for the sensors, don't begin the raise concern we can't to payment. So I'm sure there was not proper planning, and that's not something we really they affect, in how you go succeed in any project. So if they don't decide for DWAM, make sure see the resources them when they use for DWAM, also resources them will go affect other disciplines or other things in the country, because if without the support would then be the lean on, they not get again, then decide for go ahead with the counting of say, what, let's take a step back, let's take a week or two and see how things and they go even a month, but they decided to go along with it. And like I said before, I'm not against it, because you know what, and if you now Sierra Leonean, you just want to be part of this, don't look at say, these political parties say, you know what, we don't allow people then get counted. That's not good. That's not how we work, in helping the country for make it grow. And again, we see, where you mentioned where the vice president travel na Ghana, regarding the electricity problem in the country. I think these are things that we then for done the work on from the first year of the taking office, but that did not happen. Unfortunately, now then they try for do a catch up schedule, because then they so behind on how for plan things and for make we succeed in the country. And this not the issue where you take governance, if you not prepare yourself, do proper assessment in your first 6 months, then they usually say you first 100 days if you don't able to assess things in the country for see waiting at the problem. And if you also get teams them way go they constantly look at issues them where they happen, where say them would evolve, it going to get worse day by day. So if the planning phase or the assessment phase being done correctly, I'm sure then will plan properly within the first 6 months and begin to allocate and also begin to execute, because as we always hear, the different launchings them will they get, we don't launch this, but waiting at the delivery now. Where are we with the implementation or the actual final steps of all the things and we they don't launch over the last 2 to 3 years? And now, so it's just too much launching, and we are still questioning as to waiting at the result at this time. So waiting at the result at this time is basically failure in many different things we then be done launch, because nothing has succeeded. But, like the vice president, they always show true leadership, because for me, he's doing excellent. We see what happen where we've been get the November 5th tanker explosion, how he, he work, how he become, a leader for what he should be. He represents the nation, despite, where we presidents be out of the country. So we see that, and we give kudos for that. We hope say we think it embark on right now, it will succeed in that, in how they will bring electricity in our country. But that's it's just going to be a big challenge, and the goal here really, as we always say, we get to Leone, because for the always they go around different countries them for the ask for see how then go help we, it's going to be a problem. It's good to go and talk to them to see how then they do things. In that way, you go really know how you go work on things. But I think for me, the timing is really the problem here. The timing is coming too late. And then you talk about land, state, they try for give land, to people then. AAA, how come we missed that? Huh? I'm questioning that a little bit, because I was hoping then go give we land, go do something like build a vocational center or work on some kind of healthcare system in the country. But how come we don't miss that? If you say then go bring them back.
Yes, this now for Allentown. Another area the way after this, then get for do again. Well, we'll go put to a snack ground. We are here for Dandele. We see if we self go get luck for we know that raffle draw they go come on.
Yeah, we really want to be part of that. And maybe if we not be part of that, we just the hope if the government they listen to we go need land for let's build a vocational center in the country, or maybe we, those of us living in the diaspora, can come together and see how we go work on a healthcare system. Because as we know, say we healthcare system in the country is very poor. And if that happen, I'm sure we will do a massive campaign and see how we will succeed in that particular development day. So we hope for that. And because as we don't mention healthcare being, one of the worst thing in our country right now, that you mentioned about, sanitation, people that really need for work together. As Sierra Leonean now, we get for clean we country. We don't expect anybody for come on overseas or come on any other part of the world for can't do the cleaning. As you mentioned, we put in the drink water from that plastic white water package and done with and just throw it. And then when you ask them, you know what? Oh, then they clean them. Then they can't clean, tomorrow and the net with the clean or not even tell they clean. That's really bad because we see where we can travel. We there with the water bottle. If you ask somebody, they'll tell you just drop it under. No, like because you used to not doing things like that, they don't. So with the hopes that we can change that way mentality today in how we will keep we country clean, because we really really need for clean that country, and that way they we go able to avoid so many illnesses them we now malaria, the typhoid, all them things and we go cause sickness because of dirty. We go able for eliminate and Sierra Leone. As we cry for things and for like government do, I believe so we serve as citizens and we get we own role and responsibility for play at the country for keep the country clean and for do we part. And that way we can able change Sierra Leone for the better. And then we talk about water. We talk about electricity, where we dey always pay people and they pay for electricity. Some people and they suffer for them. And again, that's another cry, and I don't mention as to how we feel say we could benefit for sustainability when it comes to electricity. And I forget we own, because all these extra costs on different things and we know they work, it makes no sense for continue for they go do new deals on something where see no proof. Where you not see any benefit out of it from the previous administration to this administration. We feel this one is worse than the previous one, because we were travel now Sierra Leone during the time, we be the sea, light been day, but now it's like you go one whole week, light no day, or 2 weeks. How can a government run a country like that, and then you want to attract the international community? Is now the international community now we try for attract, or now we own people them at the country we try for make them live in a way that they're supposed for live, where you talk about the basics. That's not happening, and we really hope say we can change some of them things and there. And we dey focus again. We really want to forget that land. I think so we can do better, with that. And I'll go talk about Sarah Network Charity Foundation. We are they talk about most of the time, but we get an upcoming donation drive in January. If you we don't donate to Sarah Network Charity Foundation from 2020. We don't do so many different things now. We hope say you can join we for this donation drive where they come up and donate, no matter how small it is. We hope say you self could be part of the change where we make as a charity foundation. We want to see better things that happen in Sierra Leone. So we really encourage you for let you visit the website. We're at sncfny.org. If you did it, you can donate through we PayPal, or you can call any of the numbers there, and then you can donate through we. And also we get a scholarship, grants where they offer to college students. The application actually will begin, because the one for 2021 to 2022 school year be done close, but the one for 2022 to 2023 go open June 1st. So we encourage students to apply when that happens. And it will end actually August 31st before school start. And the other thing what I get for saying when I really listen, we follow Sarah Network and all the different channels where we get a premiere for Sarah Twan season 2. where they come to you January 15, 2022 at the FCC building, in Freetown. So we really hope say you go join we if you didn't ask Sierra Leone. And if you know the day you get a family member or friend we go out for buy ticket for, please do that. Let's support the movie industry. Let's support with production part of this network. We now Sarah Network Production and Kida Fan Films. They give you, a TV series where then be done nominate Sarah Tom for National Film Awards for this year, as well as NIA winner the National Entertainment Awards in 2018. And we hope say you go join we if you didn't have Freetown. If you know there, you can support and buy ticket for anybody. So with that, I hope say we go see you all there, and if not, we look forward to other times. Thank you very much. Triple A, what's you happy? Maybe video not play today.
Which one?
Okay, you don't forget. Oh.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That time be Dr. Isatuka Kejalo in your submission for today. And I want to say thanks to Us friend for in submission. We will be the Axos Mantoli this salon right now. They try for settle down. I make we know they get to Mantoli then this year. Now 1 month just 1 month to the launching of Seratong Season 2. You don't watch Seratong Season 1, you know what we'll be able for today. And this time around, Season 1 will not be launched. We'll be just release and so. And we watch on YouTube and maybe playing different TV stations in Sierra Leone. But this time around, we want for Premier Ram so that at least the finance way go inside go able come on at those small. And then they're not for you for do. So with the support we have, they try for bring calm na the movie industry. At least let we support, let we send family members there. If not then they say if you want to give them for Christmas and New Year's treats, no bad. And contact to you buy the ticket on their behalf. If you feel say if you give them, then go feel say they want for it's the money they know for go. Buy the tickets through we. So they can collect them, the tickets na salon. You can buy for them higher. You can buy for the Naya, then we can give them the tickets in salon. So they're not getting the option, but for go look them then go buy data, put in the WhatsApp, so then go explain to you waiting there. Waiting they enjoy. But it's January 15, and then they go up on the prestigious FCC hall, the new one. You know, saying big things now. You say if you say they go. Left now. I don't say if they go. So get ready. You know, say you get for this salon that 10 day. Come support. It's on the 15th day of January 2022. I don't cancel mine. Hey. Alright. And for the Sarah Network Charity Foundation, we were on the follow Sarah Network Charity. We know say every January where we do salon, we they give donations to different organizations them. One way you no go forget and the old people's them within a Saint St. George. Na grafting. Remember say the previous year we be give them 5 million. I think the second year we go give them, was it 5 million to 3 million or 3 million whatever. But they know say the money reduce. And they said something about it. They're old people, they know say they keep thin. So they will not let them go talk again this trip. And if you're not part of Sarah Network Charity and you get for this salon, please make sure say you join we will get for go donate to them people them yeah. But you were not able for go, send you and small number. We know say right now in our festive season, everybody the one we know can give safe, you want for give extra this time. December month. Now me then say January. Hey, January, So man you let December just skip it go one time from December will not get January, just go straight to February. Not so, but hey, January for can I make we choose that 10 day we know say na the thing we can tight for people them. So at least we give person it they really appreciate them. You know, all man who say January gebele. January, na 9 months kumra. Eh? Alright. So contact we for make donation. Yeah, let we able for support the foundation so that we go able for make people them happy, you put smiles on people them face, young picking them, big people, the people that we need them now they give. And one for tell thank you to House of Happiness, Out of Happiness. Then get 10 people here na Mabafti. You don't see that video there? Go watch na Share Network Production Mabafti. We then go donate. And not to the first time self. Then be contact with, they don't go, they even move some people them where them carry them go, give them place where they pay rent for. And the people in Mabafti and the disabled people and they don't get along, they lock them out for them and all these issues. I don't know if you've seen that one. You don't see, huh? That's a sad one though. You see also that video where we play of that mommy where na they do cleaning na Kuton Road Market. You see that one day? Where the mommy they gumble for water. So the money when they pay and small for can't use the bathroom where they clean, they take back buy water. You don't see that day? Man, salon. Usaina to say yes, you see the video? I say what's a shame. Même Zobi Safa say yes. Then we senior citizens there. Then we say, well, we no say last time this one I can't give you this year, this one I can't give you. He said they're supposed to be appreciative. And Même Zobi Safa again say let we support SNCF. Come in and you go see how they do things. Need for come in first. Yeah? And Usana to say and watch the movies them na YouTube. So I guess also Memzo they ask what about 22 Jones? Yes, 22 Jones they but himself na the job. So sometimes they say who he can kaya na the job he can just squeeze small more kaya. So na the reason that one day. But when he tell you the job slack and small, we know say himself can available for come and just gain on.